Now, this weekend, some of Aberdeenshire's most unique and inaccessible hidden gems will open their doors to the public. Doors Open Day celebrates spaces and stories new and old to remind people about our country's heritage. Kirstin Tait went to one venue which hasn't been viewed by the public in 2 decades.
We're at the Garlogie mill, which, as you expect, is the old mill and museum. Now, much of its old machinery is still in situ, which helped the business way back in 1830. Now, for 22 years, it's been closed to the public, but this weekend, as part of Doors Open Day in Aberdeenshire, visitors are being re-welcomed to enjoy it before it opens to the public later in the year. Now, I'm delighted to be joined by Lefric Studd, who's planning to reopen the museum. Lefric, you stumbled across this building by accident. Can you tell me a bit more about the mill? I
can. Well, first of all, welcome to Garlogie, Kirstin. This mill started work in 1799 and operated until 1904, and it spun wool for carpets. And I stumbled across it by accident when Googling Garlogie and was astonished to find that it contained a magnificent 1923 hydroelectric power station and the oldest steam engine still in its original location in Scotland, complete with a beam of an earlier engine from 1805. So it makes it the oldest cast iron engine beam still in existence.
Amazing. And what would it have been like to work here way back then?
Very tough. About 2/3 of the employees were women. And quite a lot of young children, some as young as 10, working in amongst the moving machinery, tying up threads and so forth. And in those days there was no expert childcare, so they just had to work with their mothers as best they could and try and get an education in the evenings.
But you've got some big plans for the future with this museum.
We have, yes. We set up the Garlogie Beam Engine Trust back in 2019. Over the last 3 years we've been negotiating with Aberdeenshire Council for a 99-year lease on the site, and that's now coming to fruition. We're hoping to gain formal access to the premises later on this year, and from then on we'll be welcoming visitors and in due course hope to restore the equipment to operation and show it off as a museum to the public.
Brilliant, Lefric, thank you. Now, this weekend is a great opportunity to see exactly what this mill has to offer, along with tens of locations across Aberdeenshire.